This is a subject that gives form and substance to our life experience. It may be deep and sometimes complicated, but for one who understands, it gives enlightenment and yes, exhilarating fun. It molds students' minds to be good in their vocabularies and be spontaneous in their speaking skills. It serves as a beacon of light to those students who want to trumpet themselves in various endeavors, whether it may be through public speaking, the arts of writing, and the like. This is English, a batch for excellence.
INHS On Air Senior High School, Champ Campus Radio.
Great morning to INHS learners. It is now the second semester of the school year 2021-2022. And we welcome you to another fun-filled and informative learning episode of INHS On Air on English for academic and professional purposes. It is 8 o'clock in the morning and I shall be with you today as your RBI teacher with our technical team, Sir Michael Kit Pobre, bringing you the latest inputs in EAPP only here in Senior High School Champ Campus Radio 97.0 megahertz. We are fortunate that even in the face of the pandemic, we will still strategize to reach our learners in Isabela National High School through radio-based instruction. Great morning to all our grade 11 learners from the different strands of INHS Senior High School who are active in our FB Live, our group chats, and of course, those who are listening at home today through the radio. Hello to Manilyn Jimenez Cabasi, ABM 11 Accountancy. We also have April Batad, ABM 11 Management. Krisa May Soriano, Mariel Talawe Ochoa, UMS 11 Empathy. John Kins Garo, ABM 11 Business. Ayan, gising na ang ating mga ABM 11 learners para matuto ngayong araw na ito. Alright. How are you today, grade 11 students? I hope that you are all doing great. Kindly send your name and section for you to be recognized. Alright. Last week, Mia Rica Ballesteros discussed differentiating language used in academic texts from various disciplines, and I hope you have listened carefully to her discussion. As we have learned, academic texts deal with concepts and ideas related to subjects that are studied in school, at college, or university. Academic writing should be formal, objective, impersonal, and technical in nature. So as future professionals, our dear learners, you must learn about these things so that you can communicate effectively in diverse academic and professional situations. For this episode, we are going to look into using knowledge of text structures to glean the information that you need. After this learning episode, you should be able to, number 1, differentiate the different text structures. Number 2, identify the purposes of text structures. Number 3, determine the text structure from the given passages. And number 4, write an essay using any of the text structures based from the given writing prompt. So please, grade 11 students, have with you your learning activity sheets, notebook, and pens. And while we discuss, listen carefully and jot down salient points from our lesson. We shall tackle text structures and its purpose. But what are text structures? Kindly key in your answers, and when we come back, we will read your answers. We shall be ready to take off after this short break.
De Luna. Present. Valera.
Present.
Handa ba tayo sa school year 2020?
Present.
Ngayong taon, ang edukasyon tuloy pa rin. Sa tulong ng DepEd, mga guro at mga magulang, ang handang isip, handa bukas. Tuloy-tuloy ang pag-aaral. May mga modules para sa iba't ibang antas. sa government TV, maging sa radyo. Mahalagang ligtas ang ating mga estudyante at guro. Kaya kahit nasa bahay, tuloy ang edukasyon. Kung tulong-tulong, may paraan, may aralan.
Handang isip, handa bukas.
Bisitahin ang DepEd Philippines sa Facebook at ang deped.gov.ph.
We are back and we are now ready to delve deep in our lesson for this morning. Let us read the answers from our students on what are text structures. We have Benedict Fernandez. Text structure refers to how information is organized in a passage. Very good, Benedict.
Amazing.
We also have Didre Ventura. Text structures refer to the way authors organize information in text. Recognizing the underlying structure of text can help students focus on key concepts and relationships, anticipate what is to come, and monitor their comprehension as they read. Amazing answer, Didre. Very good. We also have from Althea, a text structure is the framework of a text, beginning, middle, and end. Very good, grade 11 students. All your answers are correct. So the structure of a text can also change many times in a work and even within a paragraph. So you're correct when you said that. It is how the information is organized in a passage. Alright, so there are different types of text structures, which is also provided in your learning activity sheets shown on page 15. There are 7 types of text structures, and we are going to discuss each of those 7 structures. Alright, please have with you your notebooks and pens. Dear learners, we have the first text structure, which is cause and effect. The cause and effect text structure describes a relationship between actions and events in which at least one action is a direct result of the other. Give the cause and effect in this passage by commenting in our chat box. I will read to you a passage about science. The surface of the earth is divided into pieces called tectonic plates. These plates move. When the plates rub against each other, they do not move smoothly. When the plates do not move smoothly, earthquakes result. Some parts of the world get more earthquakes than the other parts. What do you think now is the cause in this passage? Again, in the passage that I have read about tectonic plates, what do you think is the cause in this passage? All right, let's take a look at the answers of our students. All right, from the group chat of ABM 11 Management, the answer of our student, the cause is when tectonic plates do not move smoothly. Correct. How about the effect? What happens if the tectonic plates do not move smoothly? Ayan, tama si Benedict Fernandez, ano? Cause non-smooth movement of plates. How about the effect? All right, from Westleth Andres, when the plates do not move smoothly, earthquakes result. Very good. So that is the effects. So that is now the cause and effect text structure. Very good, dear students. Let us now have the chronological text structure. In this text structure, information in the passage is organized in order of time. So chrono means time and logic means order. Chronological text structure is when the story is arranged in order of occurrence. Let us take a look at this passage and tell me, what is the third event that the person did in the text? Again, what is the third event or the third thing that the person did in the passage? Here is now the text. This morning was crazy. I set the alarm clock for PM instead of AM. So I woke up really late. I wore on some clothes and ran out of the door. I rode my bike as fast to school. All right. What is the third thing that the person did in the text? Let's take a look at the answer of our students. All right, what is the third thing that the person did in the text? All right, from the group chat of ABM 11 Accountancy, you are correct. I wore on some clothes. That's the third thing that the person did in the text. So you see, it's a chronological text structure because you have known what events happened at that passage. All right, let's now have the third text structure, which is compare and contrast structure. Two or more things are described. Their similarities and differences are discussed. Here are some signal words that may indicate that the text is written using compare and contrast organizational pattern. And here are the words like, unlike, both, neither, similar, and different. So when looking at the comparison, you look at the similarities. And of course, when you say contrast, you look at the differences. Here is an example in the field of information and communication technology. Identify the similarities and differences in this passage. Linux and Windows are both operating systems. Computers use them to run programs. Linux is totally free and open source, so users can improve or otherwise modify the source code. On the other hand, Windows costs money to use and users are prohibited from altering the source code. What are the similarities of Linux and Windows? Again, what are the similarities of Linux and Windows? All right, from Mary Jane Mellad, similarities, they are both operating systems. Very good, Mary Jane. Same answer, Trisha Orbilio, they are both operating system. Very good, dear learners. And of course, they are used to run programs in our computers. How about the differences? What are the differences between the two operating systems? Or what is the difference between the two operating systems? Our learners are very active in our group chats and in our FB Live. How about the differences or the difference, dear learners, of Linux and Windows? So we are using different passages in different fields, and also that we can have a grasp in the different fields of communication, information. We will also have different passages later. How about the differences, dear learners, or the difference between Linux and Windows? Alright, so Linux is free and open source, while Windows costs money to use and users are prohibited from altering the source code. Thank you very much, dear learners, for your answers. Alright, when we come back, we will discuss the last 4 types of text structures.
Mars, lumalaban na naman ang mga kaso ng COVID dito sa atin. Ano ang dapat gawin?
Oo nga, pero huwag kayong magpanik. Ito ang mga dapat gawin para makaiwas sa COVID.
Paghuhugas ng kamay ay ugaliin.
Ugaliin.
Paglayo sa matatao ay gawin.
Tama!
Pagsuot ng face mask ay araw-arawin.
Correct ka dyan!
Masusustansyang pagkain sulitin. Alcohol lagi nating dalhin. Saan man magpunta ay bitbitin. Pagbabakuna ay huwag lilimutin.
Babakuna ka na, girl!
Para makaiwas sa COVID-19. Laging tandaan, pahalagahan ang buhay ng bawat isa. Sundin ang mga health protocols at magpabakuna na habang maaga.
Isang paalala mula sa Department of Health at ng impilang ito.
Answers are still pouring in. Our students are really active in our group chat and our FB Live. You are still tuned in the 97.0 megahertz Champ Campus Radio. We now continue our lesson on the types of text structures. We have the 4th one. The next kind of text structure is the order of importance. In this text structure, information is expressed as a hierarchy or in the order of priority. When using the order of importance pattern of organization, information can be structured from the most important to least important or vice versa. We can also have from highest to lowest, lowest to highest. Right, let's take a look at an example about organizational management. Comment down the positions in the organization that I will read from the highest to lowest. Again, what are the positions in the organization from the highest to lowest based from the passage that I will read? The company has a clearly laid out hierarchy. All major decisions go through the president, who controls the entire operation. But most daily decisions go to the board members. Beneath the board members are the regional managers, who oversee the branch managers, who run each local branch. What are the positions in the text from the highest to lowest? Comment down your answers, dear learners. All right, from Mary Jane Melad, President, Board Managers, Regional Managers, and Branch Managers. Very good, Mary Jane. Same answer, Miss Sheila Apalia. Very good. They are really listening with the passage. Same answer, AZ Parenya, Westlet Andres, Altea Soriano, JR Biscara, and our grade 11 students. Very good. Let's now have the 5th text structure. Problem and solutions structure. A problem is described and a response or solution is proposed or explained. There are also few signal words which may indicate that information in this passage is ordered in the problem and solution pattern of organization. Just like propose, solution, answer, issue, problem, problematic, remedy, prevention, and fix. So these are signal words for you to know that it's a problem and solution text structure. From this passage, give the problem and solution. Take note of the problem in this passage and its solution. Right? I need you to listen closely with the text. It seems like there has been a surge in teen pregnancies these days. Teen pregnancies make it very difficult for young mothers to pursue their dreams and meet the demands of an infant. Research shows that the most effective way to prevent teen pregnancies is abstinence, which is 100% effective, unlike birth control methods. From this passage, dear students, what is the problem based from the text? Right, very prompt answer from Carlo Monteclaro. The problem in the text, ma'am, is teenage pregnancy make it very difficult for young mothers to pursue their dreams. That's correct, Carlo. Even for young husband or partner of the lady, mahihirapan din, of course. Very good. So there is really a surge of teen pregnancies nowadays. How about the solution from the text? What is the 100% effective solution from the text? Alright, from Persis Agape Maduma, the solution is abstinence. Correct. And when we say abstinence, we should not do it. No? That's the most effective way to avoid teen pregnancies. Very good, dear learners. Let's now have the sixth structure, which is the sequence or the process writing. Sequence or process writing, information is organized in steps or a process is explained in the order in which it occurs. It is quite similar in chronological text structure. However, in sequence and process writing, there are words that signal that it is a sequence or process writing, just like the words first, next, before, lastly, and then, which you cannot find in the chronological text structure. Alright, in this example that I will give, what are the expressions used that signal that it is a process or a sequence writing? Let's have a passage about baking. How to make cookies. First, get your materials, then make your dough. Lastly, cook your dough at 400 degrees for 10 minutes. What are the expressions used in the text that signal that it is a sequence or process writing? Again, what are the expressions used here that signal that it is a sequence or process writing? From Westlet Andres, here are the words that signal that it's a sequence or process writing. First, then, and lastly. Very good, Westlet. Very active. Same answer, Aliyah Dagkuta. These are our STEM, ABM, and UM students. Very active. Alexis Calibo, first, then, and lastly. Thank you very much, dear learners, for your answers. Good job! Let's now have the last text structure, which is the spatial or the descriptive writing. Information is organized in order of space, top to bottom, left to right. So in this text structure, you must be specific and detailed when writing. Some signal words that the writer can use is a wide array of prepositions, some of which are these words: next to, behind, across, below that, above that, to the right of, and so forth. Here is the passage for spatial or descriptive writing. What parts of the room was being described in this text? Alright, what part of the room is being described in this text? When you walk into my bedroom, there is a window facing you. To the right of that is a dresser and television. And on the other side of the window is my bed. What part of the room was being described in this text? Alright, very good from Trisha Orbilio. The bedroom. That's correct. Same answer, Miss Cristel Avellano. Yan, minsan ko lang binasa ang passage ay naiintindihan agad ng ating mga students. You can really see the smartness, agility of our dear students in Isabela National High School. Thank you very much. So we had the 7 text structures: cause and effect, chronological text structure, compare and contrast, order of importance, problem and solution, sequence process writing, spatial or descriptive writing. I hope you have jotted down important points from this topic. So as our generalization, dear learners, text structures are important as readers. Learners who can identify the text structure of the text are able to locate the information they need for successful comprehension. When we come back, let us check your understanding on our lesson. Let's have a short break.
Mars, lumalaban na naman ang mga kaso ng COVID dito sa atin. Ano ang dapat gawin?
Oo nga, pero huwag kayong magpanik. Ito ang mga dapat gawin para makaiwas sa COVID.
Paghuhugas ng kamay ay ugaliin. Paglayo sa matatao ay gawin.
Tama.
Pagsuot ng face mask ay araw-arawin.
Correct ka dyan.
Masusustansyang pagkain sulitin. Alkohol lagi nating dalhin. Saan man magpunta ay bitbitin. Pagbabakuna ay huwag lilimutin.
Babakuna ka na, girl.
Para makaiwas sa COVID-19. Laging tandaan, pahalagahan ang buhay ng bawat isa. Sundin ang mga health protocols at magpabakuna na habang maaga.
Isang paalala mula sa Department of Health at ng impilang ito.
Our learners are very participative in our FB Live and in our class group chats. Thank you very much, grade 11 learners. For our next activity, turn your learning activity sheets on page 17. This is activity 2.A. Let us check your understanding on our lesson. Please identify what is the text structure of these passages. Comment down your answers in our live streaming or in our class group chat, whether it be cause and effect, chronological, compare and contrast, order of importance, problem or solution, sequence process writing, or spatial descriptive writing. Here is the first passage in your last page 17. Ice cream is a delicious frozen treat that comes in many different colors and flavors. Two of my favorite flavors are strawberry and chocolate. Though both of these flavors are delicious, strawberry may contain pieces of fruit while chocolate usually will not. Even though more chocolate ice cream is sold across the country annually than strawberry, each flavor tastes great inside of a milkshake. What is the text structure of this paragraph? Right from Westlet Andres, Chris Balido, Rihanna Angkiliano, Gibra Love Ponce, Rafael de Guzman, Jaslyn Donato. Their answer is compare and contrast. Very good learners. So the text really compared and contrast the two ice cream flavors, which are strawberry and chocolate. All right, let's have the next passage. What is the text structure of this paragraph? The ice cream shop around the corner from my house has the best ice cream in the city. When you first walk inside, there is a long chrome counter with matching stools extending to alongside the far wall. Right where the counter stops, the booth seating begins. There are lots of old tiny knickknacks on the walls and chrome napkin holders on all the tables. My favorite part of the shop is behind the counter glass, where they keep all of the ice cream flavors. A rainbow of delicious sugary flavors is kept cool and delicious behind the counter glass. What is the text structure of this paragraph? That's number 2.